At the break of dawn, when the sky was still painted in the softest hues of blue and gold, a young boy stood at the foot of a towering mountain. In his hands, he clutched a sturdy backpack, heavy, almost unwieldy, its weight pulling at his shoulders and pressing down with every step. Inside, nestled against the fabric and straining the seams, were stones, some smooth and round, others jagged and rough, each one placed carefully, each one contributing to the burden he now bore. He looked up at the mountain, its summit veiled by wisps of cloud and the promise of challenge. The path ahead twisted and climbed, a ribbon winding through forests, over rocky outcrops, and along steep ridges. The boy inhaled deeply, the air crisp and cool, and set out, his footsteps echoing in the silence of the early morning. With every step, the weight of the backpack grew more apparent. The stones shifted, pressing uncomfortably against his back. He felt their presence in the ache of his muscles, the strain in his legs, the sweat that beaded on his brow, even as the morning remained cold. Each stone had its own story, its own reason for being there. Some he'd picked up along the way, believing they might be useful. Others had been handed to him by friends or family, tokens of memory or hope, but each one added to the burden. The path was arduous. The forest canopy shaded the trail, and birds darted overhead, their songs bright and fleeting. The boy's pace slowed as he ascended, his breaths coming faster. He paused often, resting against tree trunks, gazing up at the distant summit that seemed no closer than before. His mind wandered, questioning the necessity of the stones. Why had he brought so many? What purpose did they serve? Halfway up the mountain, as the trail grew steeper and the boy's energy waned, he found himself on a narrow ledge overlooking a vast valley. Here, the wind swept through, carrying the scents of pine and earth, and the world seemed to pause. He dropped the backpack to the ground and slumped beside it, rubbing his sore shoulders. The stones inside seemed to mock him with their silence. Frustration bubbled within. He opened the backpack, running his fingers over the stones. They were cold, unremarkable, their weight all he could feel. They had cost him dearly, slowed his progress, sapped his strength, clouded his journey. The boy wrestled with the decision before him. He could continue dragging the stones to the summit, or he could let them go and climb unburdened. The allure of freedom was strong. He imagined the climb without the stones, his body light, his steps unhindered. The summit called to him, promising accomplishment and relief. With a decisive motion, he emptied the backpack, letting the stones tumble to the ground. The sound echoed, the clatter of release, of letting go. He stood and stretched, feeling the absence of weight like a newfound strength. The climb resumed, and he ascended swiftly, his feet nimble over rocks and roots. The trail no longer felt insurmountable. His body moved with ease, his mind unclouded by the burden he had carried. As the hours passed, the forest thinned, giving way to open meadows ablaze with wildflowers. The air grew thinner, the sky closer, and the summit loomed ahead, bathed in sunlight. The boy reached the peak as afternoon waned, standing atop the world, breathless and triumphant. He gazed out over the landscape, the valleys and rivers, the forests and fields, all spread beneath him like a tapestry. The wind tugged at his hair, cool and invigorating. He felt a sense of accomplishment, but also a pang of regret for the stones he had left behind. What had they meant? What had he lost by relinquishing them? Curiosity compelled him to explore the summit. He wandered among the rocks, searching for meaning, for closure. It was then that he noticed something peculiar, a gleam among the stones at the edge of the peak. Approaching, he found a cluster of rocks, their surfaces shining with a luster unlike any he'd seen before. He knelt and picked one up. It was heavy, smooth, and shone with a golden glow. Shocked, he examined it more closely. The realization dawned. These were not ordinary stones. They were gold, pure, radiant gold, their value immeasurable, their beauty undeniable. He stared at the golden stones, his heart sinking. The stones he had carried, were they the same? Had he climbed halfway, burdened by what he thought was worthless, only to abandon treasures he could not recognize? The weight he had felt had blinded him to the true nature of his burden. As he reflected, a profound wisdom emerged. In life, we often carry burdens, responsibilities, memories, dreams, and hopes that feel heavy and cumbersome. We struggle beneath their weight, yearning for relief, believing that freedom lies in letting go. Yet, sometimes, what we cast aside in pursuit of ease is not valueless, but precious. The stones we bear may be gold in disguise, their worth revealed only when we reach the heights they help us attain. The boy sat on the mountaintop, the wind swirling around him, the golden stones glimmering in the sunlight. He thought of the journey, the pain and struggle, the moments of doubt, and the decision to let go. He wondered how many times in life he would face the same choice, tempted to abandon what seemed burdensome without seeing its hidden potential. He considered the stones he had left behind, scattered on the ledge halfway up the mountain. If only he had known their true nature, perhaps he would have persevered. Perhaps the weight would have felt lighter, buoyed by the knowledge of their value. But wisdom, he realized, is often born from experience, from mistakes and reflection. The lesson was clear. Sometimes we are quick to shed what we cannot carry, unaware of its significance. We look for comfort and ease, mistaking them for progress. Yet the burdens we bear may shape us, strengthen us, and ultimately enrich our lives in ways we cannot foresee. The boy lingered on the summit, letting the lesson sink deep into his heart. He vowed to approach the burdens of life with greater awareness, to look beyond the surface and seek the hidden worth in what he carried. He understood now that the journey was not just about reaching the top, but about recognizing the value of every step, every challenge, every stone along the way. As the sun dipped toward the horizon, casting long shadows across the mountain, the boy rose and prepared to descend. He knew that the path down would be easier without the weight, but the wisdom he had gained was the true treasure, a golden insight more valuable than any stone. In the years that followed, the boy's journey became a story shared far and wide. Travelers and dreamers, burdened by their own backpacks of doubt and hope, listened and learned. Some held tighter to their stones, seeking their hidden gold. Others let go with newfound understanding, discerning which burdens were worth the climb. The mountain remained silent and eternal, witness to countless journeys. The stones on its slopes glimmered in the fading light, waiting for those who could see beyond the weight to the value within. The boy's journey teaches us that life's burdens are seldom as simple as they appear. The responsibilities we shoulder, the dreams we pursue, the memories we carry, all have weight. At times, the load feels overwhelming, and the temptation to discard what slows us down is strong. Yet, it is in these moments that wisdom calls us to pause, to reflect, and to look deeper. What if the things we find heavy and cumbersome are, in truth, the very treasures that will enrich our lives? What if the struggles, the challenges, and the hardships are the gold we seek, waiting to reveal their worth when we reach new heights? There is a delicate balance to be struck. Not every burden is gold. Some weights are meant to be released, freeing us to pursue new paths. The art of discernment lies in recognizing which stones to carry and which to leave behind. It is a skill honed through experience, through trial and error, through the willingness to climb, to falter, and to learn. The boy's story invites us to examine our own backpacks. What do we carry? Why do we hold on to certain stones? Are we guided by fear, by habit, by the expectations of others? Or do we see the potential, the hidden value, in the burdens we bear? The journey up the mountain is a metaphor for life itself. Each step, each challenge, each burden shapes us. The climb is not easy, and the weight can be daunting. But with every ascent, we gain perspective. We see the world differently from higher ground. We discover strengths we did not know we possessed. And sometimes, we find that the things we thought were holding us back were, in fact, propelling us forward. Let us remember that value is not always obvious. The gold within the stones is hidden, revealed only to those who persevere, who seek, who believe. The weight we feel is real, and it can be exhausting. But before we cast aside what burdens us, let us ask, what might we be losing? What treasure might be hidden within? The boy's empty backpack is a symbol, a reminder that relief is not always the same as reward. The lightness we feel after letting go may be sweet, but it may also leave us longing for what was lost. The wisdom we seek is found in the balance, in the ability to discern, to choose with intention and understanding. As we climb the mountains of our own lives, may we carry our stones with purpose. May we look beyond the surface to the gold that lies within. May we find strength in the journey, and may the lessons we learn guide us to greater heights. For in every burden, there is a story, a lesson, a possibility. In every stone, there may be gold. And in every climb, there is the chance to discover the true measure of what we carry, not just in weight, but in worth. The boys' experience echoes in the hearts of those who hear it. It is a tale of growth, of discovery, of the search for meaning in the midst of struggle. It speaks to the universal longing for understanding, for the wisdom to know what to hold on to and what to release. As you reflect on your own journey, consider the stones in your backpack. Are they heavy because they are worthless, or because you have not yet seen their value? Is the burden you feel a sign to let go, or an invitation to look deeper, to seek the gold within? The answers are not always clear. Life is complex, and its lessons often unfold slowly, revealed only when we reach new heights and look back on the path we have traveled. But with each climb, each ascent, we grow wiser, more discerning, more capable of recognizing the treasures hidden in the burdens we bear. May the story of the boy and his empty backpack inspire you to climb higher, to seek the gold within your own stones, and to carry your burdens with awareness and purpose. For sometimes, the weight we feel is not a sign to let go, but a call to discover the true value of what we carry. And when you reach your own summit, may you find not only relief, but the golden wisdom that comes from seeing beyond the weight to the worth within.